An unknown creature fell from the sky and landed in a basin of water with a temperature of 200 degrees. When the father saw it, he thought it was the fever-reducing patch bought by the mother, so he applied it on his daughter's head. In less than a few seconds, the daughter who had a high fever for half a year woke up. It was really a magical insect, but these insects have strange personalities. The golden retriever also met one, which ran over happily and licked the insect. The insect licked it until its skin was bald. Unexpectedly, she had a bad temper and almost choked the golden retriever to death. Then she returned home listlessly. The unlucky girl came forward and hugged her in her arms. Rongrong's love made her want to kiss him. The insect in the golden retriever's mouth felt the heat and was ready to go. The handsome girl pouted her cherry lips and was about to kiss him, but the jealous boyfriend stopped him in time and saved the girl's life. The golden retriever could only continue to walk around. He found Lao Shou smoking in the yard again, but he didn't seem to like him. He had been pouring out his lifelong Chinese culture to her. Seeing that she was unmoved, he spit circles at the golden retriever, which just gave the insects a chance to parasitize. When people saw the golden retriever again, the weather was 60 degrees Celsius. He was frozen like a dog. At night, a young couple was discussing life. Lao Shou walked towards them with the pace of a zombie and pounced on them in the next second. The woman hurried to help pull him away, but dragged Lao Shou into a bright spot. Fortunately, she took out the ancestral dog-beating stick and knocked Lao Shou unconscious. The family members who heard the strange noise came out to check. Suddenly, something started to roll in Lao Shou's stomach. In the next second, the insect. The bug jumped out of the old man's mouth and began to evolve on the ground. This time it evolved into a bloody mouth and took off on the spot and flew towards the four-eyed boy. It jumped on the spot with a scream and then made several 360-degree turns to avoid the attack. The bug hit the banana fan and the four-eyed boy almost hung on the wall. This made the people around him very happy. But the bug was not happy. It rushed towards them with a sword step. Don't be fooled by this cute and well-behaved bug. It took a catapult start and flew towards the crowd. Fortunately, they were all agile and avoided his attacks one after another, but were finally saved by this old six. When the light fell to the ground, he showed a smug expression, and the next second the bug got in. He kept searching for the entrance in his crotch. The glasses guy was at a loss and collapsed to the ground. When they bumped into it, they used their shadowless feet to crush the places that could not be stepped on, but the bugs had disappeared. Then they fled back to the house and closed the vents tightly. At the critical moment, the door kept shaking. Several people stood there with dull faces. It turned out that the grandson came home from school and brought back a big baby. The four-eyed guy was so bad that he threw it out directly. The two bugs met like this, and the second bug also began to evolve. The next second, the glasses guy called the police, but Karami heard that it was two bugs. Playing is playing, playing is playing. Don't joke with the police. Before he hung up the phone, the two bugs were fat. Like a pig, it started laying eggs. When several people came to the house to check, the room was full of their eggs. So they used their powerful diamond kicks to prevent more divine insects from being produced. Suddenly, a super large divine insect appeared behind Xiaopeng. At this time, Xiaopeng thought of the domestic divine drama and played the swing spray. The bullet turned and flew towards the divine insect, but it was swallowed by it. Then its buttocks were raised 2 meters high, and the bullet was bounced back in the next second. With a loud bang, the bullet began to split. They lay on the ground and dodged perfectly. At this time, a small insect broke out of its shell and bit Xiaopeng's buttocks. At the critical moment, several people worked together to move Xiaopeng outside the house. The glasses brother took the opportunity to hit it with a 3-meter toothpick. However, he sucked the divine insect with one stick. Before he could even yell, "Ah," the divine insect had already entered his cherry mouth. Xiaopeng saw that the opportunity for revenge had come, so he let Four Eyes lie on the floor and prepared to give him a taste of his own medicine. The glasses man pulled the insect out of his mouth and asked, then stuffed it back in. Xiaopeng's excited heart and trembling hands began to jump for a try. The divine insect was dropped by concubine Ji into the ice slag. Several people looked at the insect again and then stepped on it. The cricket knew the weakness of the insect. After a few days of learning, the poor boy thought of a good idea. They wanted to lead the insect to the ice storage. The poor boy dumped his child into the swimming pool in front of the divine insect. Looking at the child who had not yet hatched, the insect was a little. He was panicking and twisting his huge body to crawl forward, but he felt a little uncomfortable after climbing a few steps. He started to retreat again. Fortunately, Xiaopeng stepped forward to hold up the wooden board, but Chong Chong's huge body made him a little tired, so the glasses brother gave him a look, and the two of them worked together to push Chong Chong into the pool. Xiaopeng was strong and quickly turned off the switch. The temperature dropped rapidly. Chong Chong was frozen in the pool. Others thought it was over, but they didn't expect that the kitchen had set a fire for the 3 little bakas. Everyone rushed to put out the fire, but accidentally kicked off the power. The temperature began to rise rapidly again. As the water slowly melted, Chong Chong also opened his big eyes. The few people had just put out the fire, and the 3 little bakas came out. Before they could react, they were killed by Chong Chong, swallowed it in one gulp. The little fat man threw a stone at him angrily. He didn't return the favor. The flying bug also gave him a 1,000-year-old jar in return. This was a weird man who ran out and said that he had eaten the garlic-flavored buns and rolled his eyes. The glasses guy threw a garlic bun without saying a word. The bug ate it in one gulp and hit a baby. Then he sprayed a mouthful of soul liquid on the glasses guy's face. At this time, the pretty girl threw a large bun, which was still useless. They threw another bag of flour. The little fat man also came with a roundhouse kick. The flour belt turned and went into the bug's mouth. Now it's good. After eating a bag of flour,